All right, Big Mike. So I wanted to take our conversation somewhere else, man. To a platform you're very familiar with, man. You went up on there, and I'm talking about none other than No Jumper. Now you were on No Jumper. Yeah, you did a good interview, man. Got a good response and stuff like that. But during your time there, you were very smart about how you moved and stuff like that, man. Because we've talked about this in the past. Now, recently, there's been a whole RICO indictment of the Rolling 60 Crips in LA. Probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest, Crip sets in all of Los Angeles, if you count all the neighborhoods that are affiliated, the Rolling O's and everything, right? And a guy by the Baby and another guy by the name of Loose Cannon all were apprehended, arrested by the feds, man. Now, it looks like a lot of the things that they said on podcasts are coming back to haunt them. When you see something like that in this whole No Jumper situation, what do you think?
Because people go on these platforms and they start to talk too much and forget that these feds is using these platforms to put behind bars. So getting a little bit too comfortable on these platforms and you talking about and speaking on and then when something happened, you talking about, oh, it was just entertainment. It was just entertainment. You just want supposed to be speaking on it in the first place, bro. So motherfucker getting, like, I ain't even gonna say it's the interviewer that's getting caught up because it's up to you what you gonna say out your mouth when they ask you questions in the first place. You know what I'm saying? It's on you what you gonna say out your mouth.
Facts.
All up there and y'all bragging about it and brandishing weapons and all on interviews and trying to get content like that and all that goofy, bro. That's why niggas at the situation they in at.
And I'm glad you made those points because there was a lot. I mean, it went beyond the point of, hey, I'm talking about some hood business that I'm not supposed to be talking about, which you should never do anyways. But it went to the point where they was bragging on hood business. They was drinking and smoking and everybody's just, kind of loose with the lips about different names, identities, and things like that. Just a lot going on. And also, man, there came a situation where Bricc Baby and Loose Cannon obviously didn't like each other. They didn't see eye to eye. And the day before the indictment came down, Loose Cannon and Bricc Baby had their first face-off. And during that interview, listed in the indictment is Bricc Baby. Like, they have pictures of him in the indictment brandishing a gun and looking like he's giving a subtle threat to Loose Cannon, man. When it gets to that point, what were your thoughts? What did you think?
Like, what the f is this dude doing? Like, is you not a convicted felon, my nigga?
It is, yep.
Is you not a convicted felon, no? Like, you on here up in the cold and you threaten them. You know you could, I don't know if people know, but if y'all don't know, you can go to jail for threatening somebody. Eh?
Facts. Yeah, definitely. A threat. Yeah.
Threatening somebody, bro. So don't be understanding that shit. And they be like, people just be chasing content so much and letting these interviewers gas them up so bad that they forget that this is all finna be live. People finna be able to watch this.
Yeah,
not only the feds, the police too.
Yeah.
All right, come on, man. Like, we got to get better with this, man. I know be going on, man, making they love money. I ain't blaming nobody, you know what I'm saying, trying to stop nobody from making their money. Shit, I like making my money doing interviews and shit. But you ain't never gonna see me up there bragging on nothing. You not gonna see me brandishing no code, no none of that. I'm not arguing with none of that shit, bro. Like, no, it's not how.
That's smart, man. You're definitely wise at your years, man. You're wiser than a lot of these cats. But you gotta remember too, a lot of these cats are young and they're looking for that fame. So it puts them in a precarious situation. Now, Bricc Baby's older, you know what I'm saying? Like he obviously should know better. Like, definitely all the years that he's been cripping out there, like he should definitely know better. But the fact that he got caught up in a RICO, it's crazy, man.
You confirm to the world that you a fucking Crip. When the RICO come down, you can't say you ain't no Crip, nigga.
Exactly.
You already told the world that you Crip. You on that banged it on your set and everything. So when a repo come down, you a part of that too, dog.
Yeah. And everything that he said, like, this is also in the indictment as well. There was a scene where Bricc Baby had got into it with 4Extra and another guy by the name of Spodie Face, right? Now, they were having an argument, but, you know, essentially they're homies. They're from rolling 40s, he's from rolling 60s. They're supposed to be cool. Say what you want about it, you know what I mean? But they got into it, and they were allegedly supposed to come up to No Jumper, and Bricc Baby had this famous scene where he was like, I'll put Kill Street in the squad, Kill Street in, Kill Squad in the streets or whatnot, and he was wearing this red hoodie. That picture, that image, and all that text is in the indictment, man. When you see that, does that scare you at all?
Hell yeah. Like, you for real? Dudes out here crazy. Everything for the internet, bro. Like, y'all got the everything on the internet. Y'all out here shooting guns off. It's on the internet. Y'all not here robbing is on the internet. You killing somebody, you post it on the internet. Like, everything about the internet these days, bro. Everybody trying to get recognition as being gangsters and all this. You know, it's more than like to being a gangster, bro. Like, what the dudes is weird, man. I don't know.
There is definitely more to life than being a gangster. And you never hear the story from the guys who were heavy in the streets and really made it out, went, bought them a business. You hear about it in rap songs. And Lil Baby did a good job of saying this in a song. And I wish I could articulate it as well as he put it in the song. But a lot of the old heads, it seems like, who were really in the streets and really about that business, you know, once they got to that age where they were past that, they opened up clubs. They own the places that people go and party and get into whatever now, which is crazy, right?
Yeah. Lil Baby that made it out. You feel me? I consider myself as I made it out. You feel me? I don't be on none of that goofy no more. I try to get some money, take care of my people, bro. Like, I'm not finna be out here putting shit on the internet, trying to create content and going back to jail. But I got 5 more months left on parole. I ain't had no contact with the law or shit. None of that. No type of problem with the police or none of that, bro. Cause I say the fuck out the way, bro. Like, I need already. I've been in that motherfucker. Like, a lot of these dudes, though, it's gonna take them to go and to sit down for 10, 15 years, though, before they figure it out. Like, I was dumb as hell for doing it. Like, I'd have posted it on the internet, not even realizing that they could use it against me.
Yeah. Now, what do you think about cats who like let's say like your 051 kiddos? Like, he goes in, he comes out, it's almost like he has the same amount of energy and stuff that he had when he went in.
Cause he don't get no that's who he is. That's who he is. I've been saying, not seen on the internet that he don't care. Like, he don't get no that's who he is. He ain't thinking about no changing or nothing like that. He still think about bodying people and doing all type of birds. Yeah, that's on him.
Now, do you think, like, because in his situation, he did a lot of years as well. What makes you have your perspective to where you come out and you're like, hey, man, nah, that ain't the move. You know what I'm saying? You just feel like there's a point where you learn your lesson?
Yeah, it's like you've been sitting down for so long and you've been allowing these people that have built all these motherfucking jails all across the world, bro. You just allowed them people to put you back in a like, after you'd have seen what goes on in there, you'd have been in there a long ass time. This ain't more. You've been in there 6 months, a year. You've been in there all those years, bro. All that fucking time. And had all the time to think about that, and you gonna get them white people what they want again?
It's like you ain't
money off of you. You fucking crazy. I ain't getting no people. People ain't getting nothing from me no more. That's dead. The only way I'ma ever go back to prison is if I gotta kill a for playing with somebody I love, bro. My mama, my little brothers, my sister, nieces, nephews, kids, all of that. Like, I'm gonna put your ass down quick, fast, and in a hurry, bro. And I'm not gonna get no fuck about going to jail behind that, because that's who I am. But out here just doing goofy, that ain't me, bro. You ain't never gonna see me out here like that. I don't do that shit. It ain't happen.
And I think that's respectable and very commendable. And a lot of people understand that. They're like, okay, he's willing to throw it away for something with a purpose, like his family, like anything like that. But just to be out here trying to get clout on the internet is wild, man. It's wild, right?
They said, get back and all this crazy ass. Bro, you just did all that time. Why you the one got to come out here and get back? Why you got to be that one? Like, come on now, you just did all that time. Then you got out and gave them, you just had to get them people some more time, and now you back out, and you on the internet still saying goofy ass shit out your mouth.
Yeah, it's wild, man. And I wish the best for him. But, man, you said some good news right there, and I'm going to knock on wood for you because I don't want you to say it again and jinx yourself. But that's good, man. Now, how do you, I know you consider yourself more of like a mentor and somebody who can provide visuals and entertainment that teach a lesson because of some of the plans that you have in the future. But what do you think, what is your best way of, articulating to these younger cats that are still out there running and gunning and wilding in the streets on how to make that transition without having to do a lot of time?
All they got to do is learn from the niggas that they trying to follow anyway. Because everybody trying to follow the King Von, the Lil Durk, you know what I'm saying? Niggas want to be Lil Younggin, niggas want to be all these chillers who want to follow behind all these rappers, bro. But just think about what all of them got in common, bro. Like every time, what all of them got in common, they ask the one to jail, you gonna go to jail or gonna die. But a lot of these footage that's coming up now is like they don't need to be getting about dying no more. They don't need to be getting about going to jail, but you need to. Because now your ass giving these people what they want. They want you in them jails. They making money off you thousands of dollars. And now you in jail, you just sit there, ain't nothing in there. It shouldn't be nothing in jail you should like. Nothing.
Facts. Yeah, facts. It's all back.
Like all this, like the younger generation that's coming up right now, they got a chance to make it up out. The nigga that's already in it, they still got a chance too. But the young niggas is following behind them. So how the we gonna try to tell these little man, y'all ass tweaking, man, go put them up, go sit your ass down. But you doing the exact that they doing. You got that's 45, 46-year-old that's still out here trying to be gangsters. Like, if you don't go sit your old grown ass down somewhere, go get a job somewhere or something, bro. Open a business, invest in some stocks or something. Like you old this hell and you still out here posted up with 16, 17, 18-year-olds and they walking around with all these Glocks and switches on you. You right there with them.
I seen that. Did you see the oldest YN? Did you see that video? There's a guy. He was actually like an older guy, and he was actually posted up with some youngsters and just talking about how he's still in the streets. It was I don't even know how to feel about it. You know what I mean? Because I couldn't tell if they were doing this for content or was this like for real. But in that situation, like there's definitely a life expectancy in the streets, and there's definitely a time limit that you could actually be in the streets doing street stuff, right?
It definitely is. You supposed to been up out of this. Like, what is your old ass doing? Like, don't you got grandkids, kids, and you like, what is you doing, man? Like, so if we go try to keep these from doing this, we got to show their ass something different. If they said they seeing me posted with pipes, I'm out here hanging with them. I'm basically indulging in what they do.
Facts, 100%.
I'm acting just like them. I'm an immature ass, grown ass man. Like, get out of here, man. You 30, you in your 30s, so I'm supposed to been up out the streets. Watch out. It's over with for you, man. I ain't saying like can't rap because most of the rappers is just entertainers anyway. They not rapping about that they really doing in the streets. They cap. You see it? There ain't nothing wrong with that because that's how they making their money. You don't gotta live that life to be a fucking rapper, bro. And that's what these young niggas think they gotta do. They think they gotta be out here and they think they gotta go to jail just so they can get some strikes. Or they think they gotta kill them for some strike so that people can more
take them serious in the rap band. Like, you ain't got to do none of that because half of the rappers that's rapping about all that shit right now ain't never did none of that shit they before in their life. They rapping about that they done seen or that they done heard. That's it, bro.
And that was always all right. Like, if you look at some of the greatest rappers in history and the biggest rappers ever who really made big bags in the music industry, it was always telling somebody else's story. It was never like, yo, I'm going to go out here and shoot somebody myself. Nah, man. They might make a story up or paint a narrative or in a story where they were in a shooting or something like that. You know what I mean? But it was never like people thought that, oh, yeah, he really is he really is about that life. You know what I mean?